chances are if you've clicked on this video, you're a troubled pooper too. I just want to start off by saying that I am 19 years old and I have suffered with IBS for the last 7 years. IBS can affect you in one of two ways. Number one, you can't go poo. Number two, you can't stop going. Number two. For me, I can go weeks to literally like a month and a half without going. And I know bowel movements and your digestive system isn't something many people are comfortable talking about. Especially me. I never thought I'd sit down and make a video about my bathroom business for potentially millions of people to see. But I'm doing this in hopes that I can reach at least one other person that struggles with it like I do, and especially struggles with talking about it like I did at first. In 8th grade is when the whole issue started, I guess. I'll tell you a little bit about my story, and then I'm going to get into telling you about what does and doesn't work. For me personally, so this all started around 8th grade. I started having problems with using the bathroom frequently, so my mom took me to the doctors, and first doctor said, you know honey, you may be stressed out, you know, you may be sad, so go see a therapist and then that might help you. I was literally sent to a therapist because I couldn't poo. Like, don't get me wrong, at the time in 8th grade, I was going through some stuff. I was a little bit sadder, there was some events in my life, but it had nothing to do with it. I guess your digestive system is very sensitive to stress and your emotions. Anyways, first thing was I got sent to a therapist to talk about my issues to see if that helps me poop. That didn't work, so we went back. It was a different doctor and she prescribed Miralax, which is, you can just buy it at any grocery store usually. It's just like a fiber supplement. So I tried that out for a little bit. It helped a little bit, but over a span of a couple months, it wasn't really doing its job anymore. It was something that I could take every day, so I was. And then we went to another doctor and she said, oh honey, eat your vegetables, drink more water, just get more fiber in. And I was just like, okay, like I ate some more vegetables, I drank a decent amount of water. Now looking back on it, I didn't drink nearly enough water or vegetables. Should have listened to that woman the first time, but I thought I improved. So then I go to a different doctor and they're like, oh, we don't know, we'll send you to a specialist. I think it's called a gastroenterologist. I don't know if I said that correctly, but I went there, and while I was there, he told me to keep a food diary of everything I ate to see if anything seemed odd. So I kept a food diary, and at this time I also got a blood test done to see if I had any food allergens that could have possibly been part of the problem. He said the food log all looks fine, like it didn't look like I was anything abnormal for, I think it would have been like a 17-year-old at the time. I was eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I was eating snacks. I wasn't eating unhealthy. I wasn't eating the healthiest though. And the blood results came back that I had, they weren't really allergies because I've eaten them all before. It's like food irritations, I guess, to wheat, peanut butter, and sesame seeds, which is weird because I used to be in love with peanut butter all the time. I mean, now I've switched over to more cashew and almond butter just because I know the allergy is there, but when I did consume it, I didn't see much of a difference. As far as the wheat goes, the major thing I saw when I ate wheat is that it broke my skin out really bad. I'm still guilty of consuming wheat here and there. Like, I'm not like strictly like no wheat ever. Like, if I'm gonna go out to eat, if there's a basket of bread on the table, you know I'm gonna eat some of that. So I cut down on wheat like a lot, but I still consume it here and there. It's nothing crazy. The food allergies or irritations wasn't seeming to be the problem. I ate and drank a normal amount of water that a teenager should have been at the time. So then he suggested that I get a colonoscopy done. And colonoscopy, for those of you who don't know what it is, everyone has to get one, I think about at the age of 50. You drink a gallon, I think it was a gallon, of like this sweet, gross liquid. I think 12 hours before the procedure. The day before, you can only drink clear liquids or like orange and green jellos. So after you do that, you go to the colonoscopy place. My mom took me, and they sedate you. They put you kind of like to sleep, and then they take a tube-like camera up your butt. They do this to check out to see if you have any irregular things in your colon. So I got this done summer of 2017. I was 18 years old. A lot of people were shocked when I've said I've had a colonoscopy or when I came to get one, they're like, oh, you're really young. But that's besides the point. After the colonoscopy, he said that everything seemed to be normal. There was just small indentions on my colon from overusage of laxatives, because I was frequently using laxatives and dieter's tea at the time just to regulate myself a little bit, because what the doctors were prescribing wasn't working. I tried this dieter's tea. I don't suggest anybody tries it, just because the first couple times I did use it, I thought I was giving birth to a baby alien. The cramps were like horrible. I would wake up at 3:30 in the morning, like it was just not good. And then I also bought Senna. It is, I'm pretty sure it's a root. It's the same thing in the tea bags, just this one's tea form and this one's pill form. I was using those for a while, but the day I left the colonoscopy office, I told my mom and my boyfriend and everyone, I am not using any laxatives from this point on, just because I don't want to further damage my colon. The specialist did say that the spots on my colon weren't a big deal and that they can go away over time, so just to be careful with it. So since that I haven't had any, I found these in my cupboard. That's why they're here. After that point, I started using some fiber supplements, but there was times where I went like a month and a half without using the bathroom. There's been twice where I was in the emergency room for like 6 hours crying of like chronic stomach pain when it turned out to be extreme gas. Yes, like extreme farts. You know how embarrassing that is? To spend like 6 hours sitting in a little small emergency room because of extreme gas? But it's painful. Don't underestimate it. It's even more embarrassing sitting here and telling you. But anyways, they gave me some omeprazole. They told me to go back to my normal doctor, which I was like, she doesn't really help me, but okay. But since then, I have tried a series of things that are supposed to help. I've gone online, I've done my research, I've talked to doctors, I've talked to anyone else I know that is older and more experienced in the pooping business. This is Clear-Lax. It's basically like Miralax, but just a cheaper version. Like there's the exact same ingredients on here as the Miralax, but it's a significant amount cheaper. It kind of works, I think, with this kind of stuff that I became immune to it, so if I was planning on ever using it again, I just need to give myself a good amount of time in between usages for it to effectively work. I also tried mineral oil. You can get this at Walmart for like $1.97. It says it's odorless, tasteless, and colorless. I can tell you it's not tasteless. I don't like the way it tastes, and it's oil. It's kind of gross. But I bought 2 bottles of it at the time because it's $1.97 at Walmart. I went through half a bottle the first time and it wasn't working, so I didn't give that one much time. I was just like, you didn't work in like a week. I'm done with you. I've also tried a couple different detoxes. This is a colon cleanse multi-fibered Nature's Secret. The only secret is it doesn't work. I'm not saying it won't work for you. I think in my case, since I have like a colon of steel, it didn't do anything, but for somebody who is not suffering with like chronic constipation basically, it'll probably do the job. One brand that I do like is Metamucil. It comes in a powder form and a pill form. The pill form is just like added fiber. It's pretty good. I haven't took it in a while though. And then there's Metamucil, there's the 14-day cleanse, and then there's one that you can take daily. People recommend that you take it with water. It's supposed to help, it's supposed to go through your system easier in water. I personally put it in orange juice just because I don't like the way it tastes. Also, I think people recommend taking it in water because eating excess amount of sugar can cause constipation, so watch your sugar, guys. And then I've tried lots of just vitamins. I probably have like 15,000 vitamins in my cupboard that I read somewhere on the online world that, you know, if you drink pig's blood, you'll go to the bathroom. That was just an example. I've never drinking pig's blood, and I wouldn't even if it did make me go to the bathroom. I've even tried milk of magnesium, which just the sound of the word makes me want to gag. It's this pink milk liquid that smells and tastes horrible. I think I've just had some traumatic experiences with it, but I hate that stuff. I've also tried your favorite, an enema. Those do work, just to let you know if anyone's wondering. A friend told me once. And basically any fiber supplement I'm a sucker for. These are strawberry kiwi little fiber supplements you just add to a water. I think this is like my 3rd box. I haven't taken it in a long time. I buy a lot of this kind of stuff and then just kind of forget about it, but this you just stir into a thing of water, like a water bottle. You shake it up. I would take this to school, to work. It was really easy just to shake it up and nobody even knew that I was drinking pooping juice. There's a lot more things that I've tried in the past. This is just all what I found left over in the cupboard that I didn't throw out yet. But 7 years later, I still suffer with the issue. It's definitely gotten better and I'm not as upset about it. It's been days where I just didn't want to go out and do anything just because I felt so lethargic and weighed down and gross, where I'm like, I just don't want to leave my bed. And those of you who suffer with like chronic constipation and IBS definitely know what I'm talking about. Like there needs to be a little like support group for us and we can just complain. But from what I have learned that has worked and made a difference in my life is definitely drinking more water. I usually drink about 1 gallon a day until I got this little nifty cup, and I think I'm on my 4th one today. I prefer drinking water out of a straw. I feel like I drink it faster. Otherwise I'll just carry 1 gallon around from the grocery store and I'll drink that. Also drinking a good old cup of joe or coffee, whatever you call it. First thing in the morning before eating breakfast, I'll wake up and drink water and then have a pretty strong cup of coffee with a little bit of cream, and that tends to do its job within 30 minutes. I only do that every other day just because I don't want to come immune to it, I guess, like I have with most supplements and other things that I've tried in the past. I am not huge on coffee. I don't crave coffee really. There's been times where I have, but coffee sometimes gives me a headache and a tummy ache, but I really only drink it for the aspects of being able to use the restroom. And then also just eating enough fruits and vegetables. Should have listened to the second lady. She was totally right. All these things that I showed you, you can get in like to your system just by eating a good diet. I have noticed I was vegetarian for a month, I think like a year ago, and I did see a significant difference. I don't think it had anything to do with not eating meat and dairy. I mean, it could, but I just know during that time I was eating a lot more greens and oatmeal, which is packed with fiber, and just a lot more fiber-filled foods in general. I am going to be doing a series on being vegetarian for a month and seeing how that affects like my skin and my pooping business and everything, so you're gonna have to stay tuned for that. For those of you who suffer with IBS or anything like that, comment down below if you have any tips or experiences, or you just want to rant about it, because I would love to talk to somebody who has the same issue as me. We can just complain and cry about not being able to go to the bathroom. I hope this helped you, or I hope you can pass it along to somebody else that could potentially help in the future. I am already like kind of embarrassed I haven't even posted it yet. I hope this helps somebody. I really do. So if you made it this far, it really wouldn't hurt to, like, comment, and subscribe. Or, really just do whatever you want, because I don't want to tell you how to live your life.